What if everything you ever worked for suddenly felt meaningless? What if the spotlight you once stood in disappeared without a trace? Henry Cole and Sam Lovegrove, two beloved faces from Shed and Buried. Each faced a tragedy that changed their lives forever. One was shattered by unbearable loss. The other walked away at his peak, leaving fans stunned and searching for answers. This isn't just a story about fame or machines. It's about pain, purpose, and resilience. Stay with us because what you're about to hear will stay with you long after it ends. Henry Cole was born in a charming small town nestled among rolling hills and bordered by a tranquil river. It was the kind of place where everyone knew your name and your story. Raised by loving parents who had once been high school sweethearts, Henry grew up in a home built on resilience and hope. His father, a skilled carpenter, often worked in a small backyard workshop. That's where Henry's fascination with how things worked began. Watching would transform under his father's hands, asking questions, taking notes, soaking it all in. That early curiosity soon became obsession. Henry began taking apart radios, clocks, even broken lawnmowers, anything he could get his hands on. Teachers recognized his gift and encouraged him to pursue engineering. His hard work paid off when he earned a scholarship to a prestigious university. The day the acceptance letter arrived, the entire town celebrated. It wasn't just Henry's victory. It felt like everyone's. At university, Henry found his people. Surrounded by driven minds and endless resources, he thrived. His passion for sustainable energy innovation earned him attention from leading engineers and scholars. By senior year, he was conducting groundbreaking research on hybrid solar wind systems and drawing attention from top companies across the country. When he graduated, he stepped directly into a promising career at a leading tech firm known for its sleek glass-walled offices and big ambitions. At first, it felt like everything was falling into place. The modern environment fueled his creativity. He imagined a future where his designs would tackle climate change and reshape the world. But slowly, the dream became a burden. Success brought expectation. Every win raised the bar. Soon, Henry found himself drowning in deadlines, pulled into back-to-back meetings, sacrificing weekends and relationships to keep pace with impossible standards. What began as a mission to make a difference morphed into a silent war with burnout. The job consumed him. The joy that once lit his eyes when he spoke about clean energy faded. Friends noticed. They reached out. He brushed them off. Deep down, he was afraid to stop. Afraid that if he paused, it would all collapse. Then, without warning, tragedy struck. A phone call in the middle of the day changed everything. Clara, Henry's younger sister and biggest supporter, had been in a terrible car accident. He rushed to the hospital, desperate for good news. But when he arrived, there was none. Clara had passed away. The grief that followed broke Henry in ways he never thought possible. He replayed every missed birthday, every cancelled call. He had chosen work over everything. And now the person who always believed in him was gone. The success he had once chased with such urgency now felt meaningless. His home became quiet, lifeless. His smile disappeared. He withdrew from the world. The once vibrant, unstoppable mind fell silent. Days blurred. The only constant was sorrow. For a long time, Henry believed he had to face it alone. That vulnerability was weakness. That pushing through would somehow heal him. But healing doesn't come from denial. It comes from courage. One day, after hitting emotional rock bottom, Henry sought help. He began therapy. Slowly, he connected with others who had faced similar pain. Through shared experiences and quiet conversations, he began to rebuild. Not the version of himself that had burned out, but a new version shaped by grief. Grounded in purpose, he redirected his focus toward environmental causes, the very issues Clara had cared deeply about. He started local initiatives, mentored students, and used his knowledge to serve communities instead of corporations. In honoring her memory, Henry Cole finally found peace. Not in perfection, but in meaning. While Henry was rising and falling in the public eye, another story was unfolding in the shadows. Sam Lovegrove, known to millions from the hit restoration series Shed and Buried, was quietly building a legacy of his own. But then, just as mysteriously as he'd appeared on our screens, he disappeared. Before television found him, Sam had already become something of a legend. Born in England's West Country, he wasn't like other kids. While they played outside, Sam was buried in a shed, taking apart engines and putting them back together again. That mechanical intuition led him to study engineering at Oxford Brookes University, where he graduated with honors. But the real magic happened in his hands, not textbooks. He quickly rose through the engineering world, working on high-performance projects with automotive giants like Honda, contributing to builds like the NSX and Corvette C7R. He even consulted with Aston Martin, Jaguar, and Lotus. He became the go-to man for making complex systems run with flawless precision. Not flashy, not loud, just brilliant. Then came a chance encounter at a London car show. There, Henry Cole met Sam Lovegrove. It wasn't just his engineering talent that stood out, but his quiet presence. He wasn't trying to be a star. He was just being himself. That authenticity sparked a partnership that changed British motoring television. Together, they launched Shed and Buried, traveling the UK in search of rusted treasures and forgotten machines. From a rare 1962 Grieve Sportsman motorcycle in Leicester to a buried military Land Rover in Northern Ireland, Sam's meticulous restorations and deep respect for history made every episode unforgettable. But his most legendary work happened behind the scenes, developing record-setting custom motorcycles with Bro Superior, including the Baby Pendine, a 700 cubic centimeters masterpiece that broke speed records and turned heads across the world. Then in 2020, Sam Lovegrove vanished. No farewell episode, no press release, nothing. Fans were left confused, even heartbroken. Years passed in silence until Henry Cole, in a rare interview with Classic Bike magazine, revealed that Sam had suffered a severe reaction to an insect bite and needed to step away from filming. But the vagueness of the explanation sparked even more speculation. Was it a disagreement with producers, a battle with mental health, a desire for privacy? Rumors exploded online. Fake tweets went viral, but Sam said nothing. Few people know that Sam Lovegrove quietly settled in Redruth, Cornwall, choosing a life of peace with his wife and 4 children. He's turned down every TV comeback out of loyalty to Henry Cole and a refusal to commercialize their shared legacy. While Sam avoids the spotlight, his influence endures. His 2023 Thruxton restoration was praised as a masterpiece by Classic Motorcycle magazine, proving that true craftsmanship doesn't need applause. Only purpose and quiet dedication. Behind every rusted machine and every broken heart lies a story worth telling. If this journey moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're just getting started and more stories are coming. Thanks for watching.